Well, welcome everybody to Just Chatting, and I'm already in an utterly spoiled mood now that I've discovered that, hey, when you're rushing around to the last minute trying to get some stuff to make tea, right? The last thing you want is for all of your measuring spoons and utensils to be absolutely and utterly fucking nowhere to be found. So, I spent several minutes trying to find a goddamn teaspoon. My teaspoon. It's mine. It's got my name on it. Can't find it because, you know, somebody used it and put it somewhere not where it was supposed to be. Anyways. Let's see, who's here? We got Pratty, we got Kiwi, we got Phantom, we got Mist. Oh my goodness, thank you guys so much for coming. Yeah. And in fact, that wasted so much of my time. I didn't actually get a chance to get the water started. Nor did I get a chance to properly measure out my sugar. So in fact, what I'm going to do right now, so what I did was I brought my water heater up to my room. So now I'm heating water behind me. Oh, I forgot my teacup. That's what I also forgot. I'll run and get that in a second. Yeah, bit of a pain in the butt. Actually, I wonder how audible that is. You guys hear that? The hissing of the water heater behind me? Ooh. Yeah, my fancy new teacup. I like it. It makes the tea taste better because it makes me feel fancier. But yeah, let me know if you guys can hear that water heater because it's loud to me. It makes me British. Yo, Brits get stabbed and be like, all right, what's this then? I don't know. They say, right, what's all this then? Oh my goodness, that is loud. It's kind of soothing, but also kind of annoying. It'll only be like that for a short while. Anyways, what was I gonna talk about again? Pretty sure it was anime. I said something about anime. Boop. Beep bop. Where is my... Here? Oh! Controversial anime. Yeah, let's kick it off by talking about something popular. Do you guys watch, I think some of you watched it with me. We were watching Nagatoro in the Discord. And it was... Don't call me entertainment monkey. Yeah, we watched it in Discord. So, disclaimer, I've actually read the manga for this. Up to a point. I don't remember what that point was. 55 chapters. So I stopped reading it a while ago. And so it's been a while since I read it. But I was watching the show the other day. And I was like, damn. This seems a lot more intense and sexually charged than I remember it being in the manga. Maybe it's just by nature of it being an anime now, but you know. Yeah, I mean, I think that the voice fit well enough. I was expecting something a little bit more annoying and gremlin-y, but it wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't bad. Yes, a 2 out of 10 for the show. Oh yeah, just the show. Yeah, I think it's okay. I mean, people got really excited about Nagatoro because the manga is really popular, but the reality is it's not that good of a concept. I mean, setting aside how the main character is an actual doormat, like literally this man does not have a pulse. Yeah, set that aside. And set aside the fact that yes, this is thinly veiled. No, this is just straight up abuse and bullying under the guise of maybe possibly attraction, and that kind of excuses it, I guess. It's I don't know. Not my shoe. Yeah, girl likes nerd and bullies him isn't exactly a groundbreaking new concept, right? But like, this isn't even like girl likes nerd. This is girl likes bullying nerd. And bullying, I mean, this is like straight hazing. Like, this is actual abuse. And sexual assault at certain points, you know. And like I said, the whole thing was just oddly sexual as an anime, more so than the manga. And you know, speaking of oddly sexual, let's talk about Mushoku Tensei. Yo, wait a minute, that was a genius segue. What the hell? Yo, I might actually be kind of smart. That was pretty cool. Speaking of oddly sexual. Yeah, Mushoku Tensei. So I didn't watch this when it was airing. I binged it in like 2 days. I think last weekend. I gotta say, let me get a visual for this, because, you know, I need visuals. Mushoku Tensei. Nice. Yeah, these new animes are interesting. What's up, Pixelated? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, dude. Okay, that was such a smooth transition. Can I pat myself on the back for that? I'm actually kind of proud of that. It wasn't like, okay, it wasn't anything groundbreaking, but like, you know, it's better than that. Was pretty good for being off the cuff. Yeah. So, you know, for those of you who don't know what Mushoku Tensei is, it's 34-year-old actual waste of space and oxygen. You know, does like one heroic thing finally does one thing good with his life, dies, of course. He gets hit by Isekai Truck Kun and gets isekai'd, right? 2020 2021 animes have been unique, like Redo Appealer. Yeah, there's been a decent amount of like interesting stuff. Like, I wouldn't say that Jujutsu Kaisen was particularly inspired or all that unique, but it had aspects in it that were pretty cool. Like, in terms of like, oh, you know, that's actually kind of neat how they handled this, or how they handled that kind of character, or, you know, stuff like that. I'm obstructing the view. Okay. My water is ready. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I need 200 milliliters of boiling hot water. That'll do. I'll push that away so I don't accidentally brush up against it with my leg and burn myself, because that is a metal container heated to the point of boiling water. And my tracking is back. Drink water, check my posture. I will not drink water right this second. Maybe later. Am I gonna get that chatbot working? But unfortunately, I'm still blocked by the API. Like, it's literally not my fault. Anyways, yeah. So he's like, you know, he's a loser. He's a shut-in, and you know, he's got like a history, and they handle that actually very, very well. I'll kind of get into that. Yeah, but he's like literally, we are introduced to this dude. He is an actual degenerate, like shut-in, like waste of life. And he's just like sitting up and a little bit mature here, but he's literally just laying up in his shut-in room, surrounded by trash, you know, spanking the monkey, right? And he gets kicked out because the people he's living with, I guess his parents or whatever, his family, like finally get fed up with him and like, all right, get out of here, dude. Like, this is enough. And so, you know, he's kind of kicked out, right? And he sees, I think, a couple high schoolers about to be hit by a truck, because of course it's Japan and it's anime, and Truck Kun is on the prowl looking for his next victim. And so he's like, you know, wait, look out! He fucking runs in front, and he dies. I just want to point out that they picked Tomokazu Sugita to voice the main character, right? And frankly, I don't think that they could have picked a better voice actor for the role. Well, I mean, to be fair, there's a female voice actress whose name is Uchiyama Yumi. Wait, where is? Why doesn't it list? Oh, there he is. Yeah. Yeah. Tomokazu Sugita. Yeah. No, Sugita Tomokazu? I can never remember which way it is, honestly. Obviously, there's a female voice actress for his younger self, but, you know, whenever it's like his mental state, because he is like 34 or whatever. It's Sugito. Anyways, yeah, so he wakes up and he's a little itty bitty babby, little baby, you know, and so you have that sort of general like, oh, you know, I'm a 30-year-old, you know, nobody, and I've been reincarnated as cute little boy, and now I will go on to become the strongest creature in existence. So that's what you'd expect. I mean, you get stuff like that for God, what was like Knights and Magic, I think was one of them. Hold on. Knights and Magic. Oh wait, I forgot the September for my it's been about a minute since I started steeping. Yeah, you know, basic isekai. There's two kinds of isekai. Isekai where you transport over as yourself, and isekai where you're reborn. Let's see. Yeah, Knights and Magic. Okay, 3 out of 10. You know, an otaku from modern Japan. He's isekai'd, reborn as a little noble family babby, and you know he's the greatest thing at fucking everything, right? Another one would be, I mean, Death March is one where he wasn't reborn as a baby. He's reborn as he's just isekai'd as a little dude. There was Hachinan de Sore wa nai desho. Yeah. That's another one that I watched that I also gave a 3. Where, you know, he's a 25-year-old, he's reincarnated as a 6-year-old in like a noble family, right? And he's just the hottest shit. Like they're always like so good at magic or something. Like they're always just utterly busted, right? And so, you know, Mushoku Tensei is no exception, you know. He's but like what I like is, unlike the others, especially like Hachinante Sore wa nai desho, or just Eighth Son. Eighth Son, like, he is legitimately busted. Like, and of course it's always like all the really, you know, capable adults and the master magicians and stuff, they're just like, oh wow, this child is stronger than I. Oh, like, you know, and everybody treats them like they're the hottest shit, right? Whereas with Mushoku Tensei, right? I'll just, instead of saying main character, I'll just say Rudius, because that's the name he goes by. Yeah, I got reincarnated. I still have not watched Isekai Smartphone. Everybody tells me that it's awful and I need to watch it, and I keep putting it off. But it'll. Oh, there's my tea. And then I need to watch it, but I keep putting it off. But I'll watch it eventually. I like the way that he's gifted in this one, because I like Mushoku because martial fighters can be on par with the magic users. Yeah, right. Like magic does not just make you like a demigod. You know, like you can absolutely still get utterly messed up by a competent like physical fighter, right? You know, like so he's gifted. He's gifted, but not unreasonably so. So, like, yes, he is head and shoulders over the average, which, again, we can excuse because he's protagonist, right? And you can also sort of go follow the fact that like his mother is a talented magician as well, and his father is a very talented swordsman. So you could write a little bit of that off as being hereditary, whereas with like Eighth Son, you can't. Like, he's just gifted for no reason. But in the way that he's gifted. Okay, here's what really grinds my... Yeah, the people around him are also monsters, right? What really grinds my gears is the utter lack of creativity with isekai, the handling of the isekai itself, the concept of take dude from modern Japan and put him in fantasy setting, right? Where, you know, usually it's just like, oh, yes, you know, they'll use it for... How do I even describe this? Like, you know how how do I feel like I wrote a note down somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, but like basically, yeah, I have notes somewhere. Hopefully I can find them. Because so I was thinking about, I'm probably gonna make a video on it, because I think that it's a show that really deserves to have a video made on it, and I haven't made an anime video in a while, so you know, might as well be this one. I've been meaning to do a comparison of Isekai Slime and Isekai Spider, and how, you know, one's better than the other, and I absolutely hate one of them. But the problem is I'd have to force myself to watch the next season of Slime. In case you haven't realized which one I fucking hate, it's Slime. And I really, really don't want to have to watch it. So I'd rather make a video about something that I actually care about, you know? Or, well, enjoyed. So the way that some places will do Isekai, yeah, and Isekai Spider is still going. I think that the current season of Slime is still going. So I wouldn't be able to do it until it's finished, but, you know. Anyways, so usually when they Isekai, they just inexplicably know like everything, like how to create a functioning civilization, and like, you know, like they just have like really busted insight into the world by sheer virtue of being isekai'd. But like it doesn't usually make much sense, and it's usually the same fucking thing like every time. Or they're like, yes, I can figure out this incredible complexities of, you know, these isekai mech suits because I was really into Gundams or something, you know? And it's really dumb. It's very shallow. It doesn't really have a lot of creativity or ingenuity in it. And in general, it's just not handled intelligently. So what I like here is that, you know, he's not like a genius or anything. He kind of figures out the incantationless casting, which I'll get to in a second. You know, but that's like a generic enough thing. Like he played video games and the concept, like he would think of the concept, and it just so happens to work. But I'll get back to that because that's a separate cool thing I wanted to talk about. But generally, they take advantage of the fact that he's like a 30-something-year-old man, right, with enough past life experience to like know better in certain situations and stuff like that, like to understand like, hey, you know, this could lead to these sort of consequences, and like it makes sense, like you know, and it's like, you know, gee, wow, incredible. Look, you can have somebody who has isekai knowledge and have it be like a reasonable and intelligent but not overdone part of your story, right? It like, because a lot of times it's just like they use it for like holier than thou displays of like, oh ha ha ha, oh you poor primitive uncivilized isekai denizens, don't you know that slavery is bad? Like you know, and they use that as like a cheap way to make their character like seem virtuous, you know. Let's see. Part 1 of Isekai Slime is done. We're gonna have to wait a few more months to get part 2. Actually, I have seen ReZero. Don't get him started. Oh, hey, Dictator Cherry, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Another OP MC Isekai would be Wise Man's Grandshot. That name sounds familiar. I don't know if I watched it though. Also, can I get this out of 8th Sun? I don't want to look at that. Disgusting. Anyways, go back to the incantationless casting. Like, he discovers it and it makes sense from like an isekai cross knowledge perspective, right? But instead of the typical like overpowered MC route, it's sort of like really swiftly revealed that like, hey, it's not actually unique to him, right? Okay, nothing he doesn't have any skills that we've seen so far that are like legitimately unique to only him, which is usually a trademark of this kind of stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I have plans to try and push forward to like 1K subs and then 4K watch hours, and just so we can have like emotes in chat, because I really kind of want you guys to be able to have emotes. Okay, yeah, real quick, Pixelate. So I've seen ReZero. I think that the first 2/3 to 3/4 of season 1 is bad. I think it's just straight up bad because Subaru being so unbelievably unwatchable is an active deterrent to its quality as a show. And so if something is so bad, it's so uncomfortable to watch that it actively prevents you from watching it, I think that does say something about the writing. Like, you shouldn't have written a character who is this unbelievably unlikable. At the very end of season 1, I kind of liked. Season 2 part 1, I liked it a fair amount. Season 2 part 2, can we just have a coherent timeline here, because we're jumping all over the place. Like half the show is just nothing but expositional backstory episodes, and it's really annoying. Also, I will be back briefly once I grab a thing or two for my tea. So, hold tight, and I will hopefully remember what I was talking about when I get back. All right, I have returned. Oh, wow, the tracking popped on immediately. I want to listen to Mushoku. Yeah, I'll get back to Mushoku in a second. Wholeheartedly agree with you about season 2. Yeah, like I feel like unless you're like a diehard ReZero fan, you know, it's kind of hard to disagree with my opinion on season 1. Let's see. Oh, he's in the man says no chill when it comes to bad anime. Yeah, I have no chill. I don't think that they should get a pass. Like, I get it. The average anime is mediocre and you could argue garbage. But that doesn't mean that you just get, oh well, you know, it's kind of the norm. Like, there are good anime. There are above average anime. There are fantastic. There are actual masterpieces. Like, better than anything in any other medium. I would wait, like, from what I've seen, right? You know, so I don't feel like we need to give bad anime a pass just because, you know, generally anime is not that great. So, oh hey Desu, what's up? Welcome to the stream. You're just in time to hear me making my tea and pouring it in my teacup. Oh, that nice fancy pour. Anyways, we are talking about anime. Ah, man, that's good. Anyways, so I was talking about how he's gifted but not busted, right? So like I like how he doesn't have any unique skills, right? There's no like, ah yes, only you can do this, you are the chosen one kind of thing. You know, so he comes up with the incantationless casting, and then he makes a comment on it like, oh, it would be cool if it was unique to just me. But then it turns out that like he teaches, and he's not selfish with his skills, like his things. He shares it with Sylph, right? Have much anime in years, thanks VTubers. Yeah. You're watching unofficial anime basically. If you're watching a real VTuber. I've actually, if I see one more pic of like thighs or boobs or face of like the real person, not a VTuber, on VTuber Twitter, that's it. I'm giving in. I'm making a video. I already have plans. I already have plans in case it happens. The next time I see it, I will be in writing my script immediately. I'm getting sick of it. Anyways, you know, so yeah, so in practice, it makes him a bit overpowered relative to his age, but it's never taken too far, you know? I feel like his abilities are handled with an impressive amount of restraint relative to the isekai genre. You know, he's still allowed to fail and require assistance from like older, more experienced characters, all right? And even his quote unquote like advanced mental capacity, again, relative, it's not the be all end all. Like there's a point where he generally is struggling to learn like new languages and stuff. And despite the fact that he notices that he seems to learn things quicker as a child, which makes sense. You know, children generally speaking will learn things more rapidly. You know, that's just how it is. And despite that, he still has difficulty. So I feel like it's handled very well. It's certainly much better than the average for isekai, because again, the average isekai is garbage, like actual garbage. Like they just use it to fill like airtime slots on broadcasting networks, where they're like, okay, we don't have enough anime to watch, so just pump out some garbage like carbon copy, cookie cutter, shitty isekai, and we'll just slap it in there. So before I forget, the intro. I like how they do the intro. It feels very I don't say like artistic or artsy, but you know, it's nice. You know, like it's nice and subtle, to the point where I didn't even realize that it was the intro the first time it was playing until like the title shows up, and I think that was really cool. Because it is the intro, yes, but it's not just like a recycled, you know, set of like, you know, Sakuga clips and reference poses, right? You know, they're actually conveying things. Usually it's the passage of time or shots of the setting, you know. So you're even though it's the intro, you're getting stuff out of it. I think that's great, you know. So like, you know, and the world is interesting. You know, there's nice little curiosities here and there that are only like partially illuminated, such as the floating castle. I'm sure we'll see more of it in the next season, but like they show it to you, they tell you a little bit about it, and then they leave the rest up to your imagination, right? You know, then there's things that are kind of revealed at a nice pace, not too fast, not too slow. So at the end of like episode 7, I want to say, they show the floating orb in the sky, right? And then I think at the end of the next episode, shit goes down, you know. Welcome. Oh, your phone died. Oof. Well, welcome back. Yeah, definitely keep your phone charged so you can use it in case you need it, in case of emergencies. You know, and there are other things that are just left entirely up to the viewer's imagination. So near the end of season 1, I'm trying to explain things in the least spoilery way possible, but there's like some blue stuff. You know, is it like ore? Is it like gunk? Is it like ooze? Like it's just like a natural dye? Who knows? We see it used and we're like, oh well, maybe it's like a natural like pigment, like a dye or something like that. But it's in like the rocks. Is it like a secretion from an organism? Is it some kind of natural mineral? You don't know. You don't have to know. That's the genius of it, okay? That is good. That is good storytelling. You show, don't tell, and you only show just the right amount. You don't show too much, okay? You know, going back to ReZero, one of my gripes about the most recent season was, remember Beetlejuice? Goose, the fuck they pronounce it. You know, he was that goofy, wacky, evil villain at the end of season 1, right? He's goofy. He's got fish eyes. He's crazy. You know, like he's a nutter. He's a nutbag, and he's entertaining and he's interesting. But did you ever think to yourself when you're watching that, you're like, damn, I like this guy. I really wish I knew absolutely everything about his backstory. I want to know why he's crazy. I want to know in excruciating detail how he was actually in love with Amelia's mother, foster mother, older Sid who know, no spoiler, you know, like, do you ever think to yourself that? Because I didn't. We didn't need to know that. In fact, the lengths to which ReZero Season 2 Part 2 went to utterly eviscerate and remove all of the mystery behind Beetlejuice's character infuriated me, because it was so, they didn't have to do it. Essentially, they wasted a ton of runtime to make a character, a memorable character, actually just straight up worse. Because now he's not interesting. There's no mystery behind it. Who the fuck, like, who cares? You know? I feel like people, again, it's very easy to fall into that trap of more exposition. More is always better. Obviously, when you phrase it like that, it's pretty obvious that it's not. You know? Yes, I totally needed to know. So, I like that, okay? I really hate when shows treat me like I'm dumb. Right. When they treat me like I know I'm dumb. I don't like it when they treat me like I'm stupid, because I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid, right? Don't treat me like an idiot, because I'm not gonna appreciate it, you know? I appreciate it when shows treat me like I'm a person with a functioning brain, you know? I love opportunities to kind of notice and like dig into the subtle like things, you know, be allowed to draw my own conclusions and inferences from them without it like being repeatedly and obnoxiously slapped in the face with like explanations and more backstory, you know, like your monkey go ooh ooh ee ee ah ah. So, and like there was a fantastic example of this. I think it was in episode 7. I feel like there were a lot of good things in episode 7, which is why the number itself stuck out in my mind. One thing you'll notice that, you know, that Rudius is using like earth magic to make figurines, right? And yeah, Kiwi, is that your language? It's actually not monkey language. The monkeys learned it from the Kiwi, the primordial Kiwi beings. So, anyways, he makes these little figurines, you know, like an anime figure essentially, but he molds it out of like earth, right, with magic. I want to point this out. So, a lot of times, there's a couple things to say here. A lot of times, people will throw out, what's the phrase? Chekhov's gun, where like you know, if a key thing is revealed, like say like they walk into a room and there's a gun on the table, somebody needs to get shot from a storytelling perspective. Otherwise, if like the gun was on the table and they point out the gun's on the table and they talk about the gun on the table and blah, 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 and the gun on the table never means anything, nothing ever happens with it, that is bad writing. That is bad storytelling. Okay. I really hate when they will give you information about a character's backstory, whether clumsily or in a manner that's directorially well done, right? And then it just never means anything. It never plays any significance in the story, you know, beyond something incredibly minor, right? Especially when they really go out of the way to point it out. Be like, oh, you know, this guy was really great at. Imagine they're like, before pre-isekai, this guy's great at basketball. Like before he gets isekai'd, say it's some high school dude, he's at basketball practice, and you know, after school he gets hit by Isekai Chuck-kun, right? And then they really hammer in that he's good at basketball, and then throughout the entire course of the story, those skills never come into play. He never has to like shoot some kind of magic orb crystal into like a portal or something with like a basketball. He never has to make use of any of that, even though it was set up as a key point of his character. That is bad writing. You can go into talks about like red herrings and stuff like showing things to mislead the audience deliberately to improve their experience. Like that's one thing. This is something else. So I appreciate it when they don't do that. You know, like literally debate it basically. Yo, Mono, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Lacuna Chiliadze? How do you pronounce that? You mind if I just call you Lacuna? Welcome to the stream, by the way. But yeah, so in episode 7, I think he makes a figurine of of his mentor. Can I say the name? Like, you gotta find it at, like, episode 2. Roxy, right? His mentor, Roxy. And he makes a figurine of her, you know, very detailed panties and everything. And he you know, he has it, he admires it, and he goes and he sells it. All right, like, he goes to the market and he sells it for a single gold coin. What do you mean? A gold coin is a lot, but, like, he sells it for a gold coin, right? And you might think nothing of it, you know, but there is a lot of depth and subtlety and complexity that you can read into in that simple thing, right? Oh yeah, Roxy's great. I love Roxy. She's fantastic. So I'm gonna walk you through this because hopefully I remember all the things that I was thinking. So again, in his past life, he was like the epitome of a gross otaku shut-in. Like, and I'm pretty sure it showed figures in his room or whatever, but that's the kind of person who will typically collect a lot of physical media. You know, figures, DVDs, they won't, like, throw out the trash. You know, it sort of ties into like typical hoarding behavior, you know, like, despite the fact that all this stuff is, you know, it's relatively worthless pieces of plastic, but that person becomes sort of, you know, loath to part with them, right? So not only does he sort of create this figure of Roxy himself, which would give, you know, setting aside the otaku stuff, which would give it value because he made it and it's of somebody he cares about, right? He then goes on to sell it at the market for a bit of money. A little side note, so that's presumably for the schooling fund for him and Sylph. I'll just say Sylph. I know that's not technically named. Again, no spoilers. So in addition to being set up nicely by earlier episodes where he familiarized himself with the local market and prices in a way that made sense, that wasn't just exposition, he was trying to teach a lesson to a certain character. It shows two things, right? So he's grown and matured as a person because he can have these things that were most likely things that he wouldn't have let go of for any reason in his past life, like these figures, right? And he can let them go. They're just objects, right? And more subtly, it does show that he actually really cares about the schooling fund. I'll keep things deliberately vague, which itself implies that he now kind of understands to value people over things, which, again, given his backstory, is big. Like, this is actual, genuinely great characterization and character development. I think it's utterly fantastic, and it is infuriating to me how rare this is in anime, especially isekai. So I think that's, like, when that happened, I was like, dude, this is great. What? It has been so long since I watched an anime and I've seen something this good, like, this well done. It really is well. I cannot understate how well done it is relative to the average. So there's that bottle of hand sanitizer. Yeah, I thought it was great. You know, now that we talked about a lot of the good. Oh, also, I mean, visually the show is great. The animation's great. The art's great. Directorially, like I was saying with, like, the intro and stuff like that, I think that there's a lot of good framing and just in general good directorial decisions. I'm not gonna go into, like, all the jargon and stuff, but it is a well-made story, and on top of that, it is a well-directed show. Yeah, the growth of Reese's character. So hold on, it's a visual novel. I've heard that it's actually like an older work. Where? It's a web novel made into a light novel. Oh, Ellen. Okay. Interesting. Somebody said that it was like an older thing, and that a lot of isekai draw tropes. I mean, to be fair, yeah, I guess 2012 isn't becoming older now. But I was thinking early 2000s the way people talked about it. No problem at all. But yeah, so okay, let's get to, and this is going back to my segue. The really obvious sort of elephant in the room. This is a 34-year-old man. And by the time he is 10 in this world, he's technically 44, you know, internally. And he is shown being kind of a perv, you know, again, consistent with his character, towards a lot of characters who are underage. You know, they're children, or they're teenagers. You know, they're very, very young, much younger than he is mentally, right? And so obviously, disclaimer here, if you are being pervy or just straight up sexually assaulting or harassing children, that's a no-no. We don't do that. Okay? This is, check your calendar. It's 2021. It is not the Middle Ages. All right? The age of consent and marriage is no longer like 10, 12, okay? Disclaimer done. All right? So I think that, you know, the character feels believable to me. Again, this is not somebody who I empathize with, because I don't share those tendencies, those similarities. But I can believe that this character is that a person could be like this. You know, like he truly comes across as somebody who, through a mixture of bad circumstances, which, you know, they do show us, and his own poor choices. Like, he's not like a guiltless, you know, victim here. Like, yes, he had a shit hand of cards dealt to him, and he was certainly pushed towards the things that kind of led to his sort of, we'll call it, moral degradation. But, you know, ultimately, a great degree of it is his own choices, and he acknowledges that, which I think is great. You know, he sort of fell into this almost inescapable spiral. You know, this is somebody who understood the situation he was in. Like, before he was isekai, he understood the situation he was in and wanted to change. He didn't want to have to live like that, but ultimately he didn't or couldn't. You know, again, like, as somebody who knows people who have struggled with, like, addictions and stuff like that, I think that it was portrayed very, very, very well. Very, very believably. And, you know, again, he's isekai'd, he's reincarnated, and he's given a fresh chance, right? And I think that for the most part, he took full and genuine advantage of that. So, you know, there's certainly points very early on where he's a baby, but he's, you know, inside that little babby body, he's like a 34-year-old man. And he sees big boobas on the housemaid, and he's like, damn, those are some big boobas. I like that, because I am a monkey spanking, you know, shut in, porn addicted, you know, gross otaku. Like, I've just been isekai'd, you know. It like, in my head, it was like yesterday that I was, again, spanking the monkey to some hentai on my laptop, right? So he doesn't just immediately overnight become like this pure and virtuous person. I think that's good. You know, and so he, through, and, you know, it's not just the lewd aspects of it. You know, he has that, again, the classic hikikomori, you know, the hiki mindset, and the fear of leaving the safety of his home. You know, because outside of his home are the people who abused him and bullied him and made his life like shit. You know, and that's shown, but it's not overdone. He is it's more or less dragged out, not only dragged out, but like taken out without them realizing why he's so afraid to leave the yard. And he, again, the reaction, I thought was portrayed very well. You know, his fear of the outside, where he is like a spring at full tension, you know, like just coiled up, ready to come undone, like when people are just looking in their general direction. And then because he's kind of forced out of there, and because he is a 34-year-old, you know, man, at that point, I think 39 probably, he was about his 5th birthday, you know, he understands that, like, look, like he has the mental capacity to realize that, like, you know what, maybe I am being silly, letting this kind of still hold me back. I'm not home, right? I'm not in Japan. My childhood classroom bullies are not here. These people don't know me. All they know is this child that I now am, right? And so he gets over it fairly quickly, and it's not, they don't beat you over the head with it, you know? Like, they respect you as a viewer, and they respect him as a character who's a competent character. I think that's great. Again, very rare. These seem like really basic things that are pretty simple to do, but it's incredibly rare in isekai, because isekai is garbage. Exactly. He realized, like, look, they're not even looking at me, they're looking at Roxy. Why am I so worried? You know? It's silly for me to be worried. And he puts in that effort. Like I said, because of the circumstances and situations that, through his fault and fault of others, that he found himself in, he wasn't really able to reasonably dig himself out of the pit that he was in his previous life. But because he was isekai'd and put into this and given this new fresh start, he has that chance now. He can actually do it. It's reasonable for him to be able to do that. And like I said, he takes advantage of that. He doesn't just retreat into himself and say, no, I won't do it, I won't be, and continue. He for as much as it bothers him and as difficult as it is for him, he perseveres. And I like to see that. I appreciate that, you know? So and again, it doesn't stop there. Throughout the entire course of the show, you see him experiencing sort of the parallel circumstances of others, you know, that grant him context and insight into his own past, right? And he sees the struggles of his own past in the people around him, right? Again, some of it like very early on, Sylph, you know, it's kind of basic, haha, like a couple people bullying a little kid, and he steps up, like stands up for them, you know. That's a simple one. There's more thoughtful and complex ones later on, and he's motivated by, you know, like the whole sort of pervy, like haha hee hee funny, you know, lewd joke thing, you know, kind of settles to the ground, and you see that yes, he is an adult. He's a 35-year-old man. He gets, like, he thinks about it. He's like, look, you know, like, I understand, like, you know, yeah, this reminds me of how I was treated, you know, and he has this very mature introspection. You know, and again, they show us a little bit. They don't show us too much, enough to justify his actions and show to us that he, you know, who he is as a character and how he's progressing. And so it seems to me, you know, they did a good job of portraying it, that he's motivated to help them by a sense of genuine empathy and perhaps even like a desire to make amends for his own past decisions. Because again, he understood that where he ended up was a product of, in part, his own decisions, and he realizes that he was a burden on his family, who was like housing him and stuff. And so it would make sense, you know, to kind of view to do these things to help other people who are experiencing things similar to what he experienced, out of a desire to help them, but to also sort of make peace with himself. Like, I wasn't able to be the person I should have been before. Let me be that person now. And I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. I think it makes sense. It's believable, and it you know, people will talk. I feel like not so much anymore. People don't really talk about it. People, you know, back in the day, people would talk about how shows would teach you messages. I think that there's a lot you can take away from this show. I think it's great. Yeah, I'm gonna drink my tea. So I will say that the only reason this show, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. The only reason this show is not like a high 9 is because, you know, again, I get that it's themed around like fantasy medieval setting, and I've heard that like the author did like research and stuff, and so there's like a lot of you know, it's very accurate, historically speaking. Like, people will say, oh well, it's an isekai, it wouldn't necessarily be the same, but the way the culture is makes sense given the parallels that we have to compare it against. You know, like, yeah, his dad's a scumbag, you know, but he's a scumbag, but he's also not a bad person. He's just, you know, he has flaws. These are not black and white characters, right? You know, there's the whole thing where, like, yeah, you know, the rich nobles will basically just bang their maids, and you know, that is objectionable we object to that as humans and aliens on Earth in the 21st century. But that, I mean, that is how things were in historical Earth, and it would be reasonable for it to be a similar situation. So the whole thing, you know, with people, okay, I feel like people blow it a bit out of proportion, where they're like, oh, he's grooming this character because, you know, they're like, you know, roughly his age of like his child body, and he kind of like wants to he's thinking of marrying them later, and I think he makes a comment like, oh, you know, I'll help her you know, become like my ideal wife, you know. And so yes, if you were to just take that completely out of context, yeah, that looks like child grooming, and that's a no. Now it was certainly an incredibly common thing in that sort of time period. Again, people getting, you know, married off at like, you know, 10, 11, 12. Typically I think once human female children had their first menstrual cycle, I think that they were considered of age to be wed, you know, in that sort of time period. So it's a reasonable, not morally reasonable to us now, but it is a logically reasonable setting. So should this dude who is now a child in an isekai be beholden to the morals and laws of his previous world? That is ultimately, I think, a subjective discussion. I think that few people would argue that he certainly should attempt to be a good person, but like we've established, he's not necessarily a good person. I think that he has a genuine goodness, you know, to him, but he's done some objectionable stuff. He thinks some objectionable things. He's not perfect. He is absolutely a flawed character. You know, so, but then you also have to look at it a different way. And here's, you know, a side that I found myself considering, like, well, what if I look at it this way? So, you know, this guy's been isekai'd, so technically he's like 10 years old now as a child, but mentally that makes him 44. Okay, so, you know, should he, well, let's fast forward then. Say we fast forward 5 more years past where we are in the story, I think, right? Where he's now like 15. And so he's 15 now, well past the age where in this world they're expecting him to like start, like, you know, bedding women or like getting married or something, you know. But now mentally he's like 49. Okay? Is it then wrong for him to acquiesce to the setting and say, all right, well, I guess, you know, everybody's telling me to do this here. This is how it's supposed to be here. Like, you know, this is how the world works here. Is it fine for me to go along with this now? Like, how long do you, and again, fast forward, say we want to go by 18, right? Fast forward 3 more years. Now he is of legal age by modern standards, 18, and say he's looking at a girl who's 18 there, right? But now mentally, he's what, 52? Wouldn't you still stop and say, damn, that's really gross and creepy that he's 52 and she's 18? Like, so at what point do you let the, like, is this guy now just by virtue of being isekai at an older age, is he now just banned from ever having any kind of relationship until, like, ever? Because he's always going to be like 30-40 years older than his partner? You know, I feel like it's sort of, it becomes kind of like a gray area. And again, I'm not justifying, I'm not trying to justify anything here. I'm just saying, like, well, I feel like some people are a little too harsh on it. I feel like there's a lot of knee jerk, like, sort of, oh, this show is it's a 1 out of 10 because blah 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 blah, you know. But when you really think about it, I feel like they're overreacting a bit. They're not necessarily, I'm not saying they're wrong, but I think that you know, they don't give the show enough credit because they're focusing too much and in excess on the negatives, and they are negatives. Like I said, if it weren't for that these negatives in there, I probably would give the show a 9. Probably not a 10, but I don't think a 9 would have been unreasonable, all things considered. I think that for its genre, it's incredibly good. So yeah, thus ends my off the cuff rant. Yeah, it's a -10 because isekai, and I have a strong hate to any isekai, and I don't care if it has the isekai tag. I hate it. Yeah, you could go by that. Yeah, some people say that. I thought, you know, long story short, I thought it was very good. I thought it was a very competent show. I feel like it didn't insult me, my intelligence, like a lot of anime do. Again, I'm not asking you to treat me like I'm fucking Sherlock Holmes, right? But, you know, acknowledge that that your audience is probably age like 16 to 30. You know, we're not 2-year-olds. We can think for ourselves. You know, it'd be a little respectful of that. Respect your audience. Let's talk about Magical Girls. I know you just want me to talk about Cardcaptor Sakura. I'm not gonna do it. Cardcaptor. Yeah, I watched 4 episodes of that. Release. Oh. What else was I gonna talk about? I don't know. Oh yeah, Korea booze. Yeah. Yeah, I was scrolling Twitter earlier. I'll put it up. I was scrolling Twitter earlier and I saw this. Bro, which drama is this? I want this cameraman. What is wrong with Korea booze? You just have this like random like average looking Korean dude, but they're just like creaming their pants over him because I guess because he's Korean. Like people give weebs a lot of flack, like myself. I do that, and rightfully so. But honestly, I think Korea boos are possibly worse. I think that they're absolute batshit most of the time. Not all of them, but like the BTS. Oh my gosh, the BTS stans they're out of their minds. I was about to say I'm gonna get canceled for saying this, but yeah, BTS stans in general they're actually out of their minds. You guys are psychotic, and I need you guys to look in the mirror, look at what you post. Like I want you to go back and look at what you have tweeted for the past few months, and think to yourself, am I behaving like a rational, well-adjusted human being? I feel like a lot of you should realize that the answer to that is no. You guys are crazy. Yeah, bye, see ya, no, not dealing. You know? The cameraman is whipped for her. I'm whipped for the cameraman. What a love triangle. Well, it wouldn't be a love... It's not a love triangle. There's only 2 sides. Because unless you're saying that the person that he's photographing is whipped for you. Do you see what I mean? They don't have brains. They didn't... They never passed geometry class. They didn't realize that a triangle has 3 sides. Oh, No-san! Ohayou gozaimasu. Yeah, hontoni... It is really late. Yeah, まだ夜でしょ? 今何時? 4時 ?4 時 ?5 時? Tokyo de... Hold on. I don't want you to see my search stuff. 1 second. Time in Tokyo. Oh yeah, it's 4 a.m. Yeah, I'd say instead of morning, it's still night, right? Oh my goodness. Put that back up. But yes, everybody say hi to No-san. Do I have notifications? Oh, who's this? Gotcha Addict. Arc Knights, Genshin. Oh my goodness, they're me. It's me. I'm looking in a mirror. 日本は4時ですね. Yeah. Oh, is that the Cherry who's here? Dictator Cherry. Oh yeah, Dick Cherry. Yep, that's you. I'll follow you back. Wait, where's your Twitch? Twitch. I'm gonna expose your Twitch live. Being exposed. Desktop audio. Ah, I see that you're a member. Your friend is a member of the Cum Shirt gang.
There we go. I'm at the big company.
I have no idea what's going on because I don't know anything about League. Yeah, Tsuji.
have to pretend you didn't see that. Sometimes you make plays.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody go check out Cherry.
Stop eating a cinnamon roll.
All right, back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Korea booze. I think I'm done talking about them. I want to keep that short so they don't come and crucify me or sacrifice me in their altar to Jinwoo or whatever their names are. How do you even pronounce Korean names? I don't know how to pronounce them. That's today, right? Yeah, I gotta go to that later. Sakura. Oh, right. I want to talk about national borders. Yeah, now we're getting to the fun topics. Okay, Thailand and Myanmar. Can you explain what the hell this is? Can you explain this to me? Look at these lines. All right, you've got this is like a generally solid shape. You know, it's fairly compact, right? Like what's big, but like it's not like all wacky, right? But then you just have this. You have like a tail. You're like a Catboy Nation or something. Like what is this? And then you look at Thailand. What is this? Look at the length of this. It's so big. It's so long. Yeah, I don't get it. Why you gotta do that? I don't get it. I don't know what the point of that is. Also, Malaysia. Where is the black lines that denote the end of Malaysia? Because this is Indonesia. Like, hold on. Because Jakarta is in Indonesia, is I think what Phantom said. Oh, yeah, so the funny thing is, I've actually been in this area. I'll get to that in a second. Blank map and draw my ideal world borders. Oh, that's a good one. I'll do that in a second. So hold on. Is this long fucking hot dog of an island with Jakarta on it? Is that part of Indonesia or is that part of Malaysia? Is Malaysia just this place excluding Singapore? Why do the Philippines exist? These are questions that keep me up at night. Is this part of Indonesia? Who is Banda? Why is he in the ocean? Why does the Philippines exist? Why did they name their capital after a color of filing folder? I don't get it. Why is Hong Kong right near Dongguan? Questions. I need answers. What else are we talking about? You can see here we have Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan. These are better. This is better known as the region where all the BTS stands come from. That's why they all have "stan" at the end of them. I don't know what this is. What is? Oh, these are I guess territories of Kazakhstan. Yeah, funnily enough, Filipinos would go, why do we even exist? It just is. China can't be peaceful and consider something, so everybody is fighting everybody. You know what? That's a fair point. What the heck is wrong with China? They're still recovering from their great leap backwards, I guess. Actually, a part of Indonesia is actually Malaysia. Is it this part? Is Medan in Malaysia? No, it's Indonesia. Medan is Indonesia. Dumai is Indonesia. Yeah, so I guess the borders of Malaysia is just this little peninsula. I mean, I say little, but it's probably the size of several states. It's gonna get canceled. But oh yeah, also I was gonna say I've been to this area. I went to Bangkok. I went to visit my buddy in Thailand. Fun fact: when I was studying abroad in Oxford, where is where's the college? Oxford Brookes University is somewhere around here. Anyways, oh, there it is. That's where I lived. I lived right here, I think. Yeah, yeah. Fun fact. So there's a over here. This building right here, if you walk around and go a little further into it, kind of into this area, right? That's where I was living. I was living in the flats there, and I was attending Oxford Brookes University for a semester abroad. Anyways, so I had a buddy. One of my flatmates there was Darsh, and so he's actually from Thailand. His family's from India, but they live in Thailand now, in Bangkok. And so I didn't get to his place to hang out. Him and I just kind of met up at like a mall and just like went around the city and stuff. But he's like loaded or something. He's got like maids, like servants, which is pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, I'm just reviewing Earth geometry. You know, it's nothing to cancel me over, unless you like BTS. Anyways, disclosure: I don't have anything against BTS. I don't watch them or listen to them or anything. Listen to them, right? They do music, but they do like live shows or something, right? They're a band. They're a boy band. They're like NSYNC, but they're the NSYNC of Korea, but with fans that are much more terrifying. Anyways, yeah, I went to Bangkok and I was chilling there. I flew to Phnom Penh, and I took a bus up to Siem Reap overnight. That was cool. Yeah, I walked around Phnom Penh, and then like the bus place, it was like leaving really late, like 12 p.m. or sorry, 12 a.m. And it was gonna be like a 6-hour drive up to Siem Reap because I want to go see Angkor Wat. And so I found what a couple of expat locals told me was the worst early bar in all of Phnom Penh. So that was cool. I don't remember what it was called. Probably couldn't pronounce it even if I did. It was probably like somewhere up here, maybe. I think I went to Wat Phnom. It was like up here, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, so that was pretty cool. I chilled there. Alcohol was really cheap. I got like 3 screwdrivers and I think a shot of something for like $10. Great deal. Yeah, so I went up to Siem Reap, and yeah, I slept on the overnight bus. This entire journey was solo, by the way. I typically just travel by myself. I'm the kind of dude who will just hop on to an overnight bus in Cambodia, in a foreign country on the other side of the planet, and just, yeah, I'll just sleep in the bus. There's like beds in the bus because it's like a long distance overnight bus. You know, I just grab my backpack, put it next to me, and then I just fall asleep. I feel like most humans would be worried that like they'd get robbed or murdered if they did that, but you know, I'm never worried. Anyways, yeah, I went to Siem Reap, and then I flew out of. I walked around for the whole day. Well, I didn't walk around. I hired a dude who drove a tuk-tuk around, and he drove me all over the place. And like he'd leave me at one temple, and he'd pick me up at the other end. And he was very nice. It was like $20 or something for the whole day, which is crazy. Anyways, I flew out of Siem Reap over to Hanoi. Yeah, and I like went around Hanoi a bit. I went around like the old quarter. I got some banh mi. That was good. Some pho. And then wait, did I fly? Yeah, I flew, I think. Yeah. I flew down. Did I fly, or was it a? No, I definitely think it was a flight. I'd have to check my itinerary again, but I'm pretty sure it was a flight. Down to Hoi An. Wait, we were too far down, I think. On the coast, right? Hoi An, there we go. Hoi An was neat. They have a lot of like quote unquote exclusive local foods, like certain like noodle dishes that they have to be made a specific way using only like a handful of wells in Hoi An, and if it's made with water from like anywhere else, it's not authentic or something. I am technically an American citizen. I have an agreement with the feds. They let me crash here. You know, I think that they would rather have you know, outer space visitors chilling with them than with like Russia or China, just in case. But yeah, no, I'm a legal American citizen. travel a little bit. Yeah, and then I flew from Hoi An back to Bangkok, and then I hung out for like another day or two, and then I flew home. Yeah, it was fun. Vietnam sucked. Or rather, Vietnam was nice, but the people sucked. And you actually can't even cancel me over that statement, because that is like universally agreed upon that Vietnam has an abysmal return rate for travelers, like tourists and stuff, because it really feels like everybody in Vietnam is trying to rip you off, like, and just actively hate you, because you're like American or something. Yeah, they just assume that I'm an American human, but I'm actually just an American alien. It's like American Idiot, but with more space. It's a So yeah, you know, I wouldn't go back. I don't want to interact with the Vietnamese in Vietnam. They're mean. They're not friendly. Like, what would I do? I like maybe go to Ho Chi Minh, but Ho Chi Minh's like a tourist trap. So yeah. What was the other thing I was gonna talk about? Somebody wanted. Oh, drawing my ideal world borders. Hold on a second. Give me a moment. Where is there like a website I can do this? You sent the screenshot. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. Oh, so the chunk of land surrounding Brunei is part of Malaysia. That's interesting. I was thinking there'd be a website for that instead of just having to do the paint.net thing. Link world map. Okay, we're gonna put it in paint. Copy image, copy to selection. When do we get new BGM? I already have one, but I'm saving it for a specific stream. Can I? It should be visible. I'm looking at the source. Interesting. Are we still talking about countries? I want to say Saquenme de Latino America, at least once. I don't know what that means. He's holding the beer. Time to get drunk. Maybe later. Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight I'll. Uh-oh. Oh, there's our track. It's getting weird, like everything was crashing or something. Why can't I see paint.net? Can I add window capture? No, it doesn't work. Just chatting. Properties. There we go. Okay, it recognized it. Why is it not? It means take me out of Latin America. An understandable sentiment. Okay, I'm literally looking at the preview of this, and it should be 100% visible. Alright, time to just remove it and make it again. Window capture. Paint.net. Add source. Paint.net. Done. Ah, what a pain in the butt. Okay. It is time to paint. Grab my fill bucket tool. All right. We're going to start with countries that I would just remove. We'll start with Canada. Let me... Do I just... Maybe I just do it like this. I'm blinking. I'm blinking. Okay. This one. Wait. Text. Remove. So, let's talk Canada. Or rather, let's not talk about Canada. Wow, whoops, that was accidental. Yeah, my tea is a little, getting a little cold. There's not much left though. I've been drinking it. But what about value? So I would just get rid of Canada, the country. In fact, we'll actually no, we won't do it like this. We'll say blue is America. I have chosen America as my home country on Earth, and thus I shall assume that that's where I'll be living. Okay, so there's America. That's also America. I want to point out that right now, like, wait, no, I think that's part of Canada, right? Right now, like, this is America. This is America. You know, but frankly, I think it just makes more sense if we just have that as well. I'll take that too. Yeah, we'll leave that as like that's like fuck off land. Like, who cares about that? So all of it. Okay. Now the question is, do we annex Mexico? Right? Like, do we annex? Alternatively, what I would kind of like is I don't know if I necessarily like it. I'd say that a viable path to the future would be the semi-Balkanization of the United States, where they split off into like 3 or 4 regions. You know, like you have like, I don't know, like Cascadia over here, and you know, blah 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 here, and then like here, and then like this part here, where and they're all loosely coordinated, but not quite at the level of the current federal government. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Just a thought. Okay. Anywhere else that America should annex? Oh, right. I was gonna decide whether or not we what to do with Mexico. Frankly, I don't think we need it. I don't think I want it. I think we just. It's uh-oh. I was trying to save. Nope, I don't want to save anything. Frankly, not a fan of the region itself. I don't think we need it. At the same time, it causes issues. We'll remove it. Gonna recreate Pangea. No, then we have less coastline. Coastline is great. You guys need to stop taking your oceans for granted. My planet doesn't have shit like this. This is so cool. You have no idea. Just want to make that clear. We'll leave the Caribbean alone. The Caribbean's fine. I've been there on cruises a couple times. It's generally neat. Other countries in Central America, they're fine, I guess. And Mexico is the issue. I'm gonna get canceled so hard. Like, bro, if your government is just straight up run by cartels, I think there's an issue. And I don't want it to have to be my issue as well. Anyways, so the hell's wrong with Europe? What's wrong with Europe? Diving is very cool. I've gone diving a couple times. Ireland's neat. I thought the Cliffs of Moher are pretty cool. The cliffs on the British Isles are pretty nice. So this is France. Paris is like here, right? Pretty sure. Get rid of Paris. Paris is awful. Paris is like one of the worst cities on the planet. Sweden. What do we do about Sweden? How do we deal with Sweden here? Now, I will say, I would love to annex the Alsace region. Alsace region is very cool. Sweden. I feel like the Swedes are like dogs. I should probably qualify that statement. I feel like Swedes are too well. So I mean, to be fair, there's a public face and a private face, and there is a lot of. No, they're not quite as nice on the inside as they appear on the surface, but generally speaking, I feel like the Swedes are too nice for their own. They're too non-confrontational for their own good. That's why you have the situation being as it is now. So, I don't know. We'll have a color for fix issues. I don't know if we. I don't want to do Norway dirty like that and just say merge Sweden and Norway, because I'd feel bad for the Norwegians. Keep in mind, all these are opinions of a third-party alien. I'm not here to dictate Earth policy, but you know, the question was asked, what would I do? But like, wouldn't if you were Norwegian and somebody said, all right, you guys are merging, we're merging Sweden with you, wouldn't you be kind of pissed off? Like, damn, we had a good thing going here, but now we got to deal with the Swedes. Ugh. Yeah, swap the names of Greenland. Yeah, we'll fix that. These are getting fixed. The green line style filled arrow. Wow, that is very big. There we go. We're swapping those names. We're fixing this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like you know, Norwegians are. I mean, generally speaking, I feel like. I mean, don't get me started on Finland. But yeah, I've left, and they tell me the public is really isolation over this emerged across some incredible outrage. Yeah. I have some buddies in Norway. I have some buddies in Sweden. I don't know any people directly in Finland, but I feel like Finland is just. It's just autism, the country. Have you seen how they stand to wait for buses? I think that their entire population is just like autistic. I don't. Something's going on there. I don't know what's up with that. But I'm so glad that like only people who like really know me show up to my streams. What else could we talk about here? Talking about Germany. Do you think we'd give Germany a third chance to expand? I don't know. Germans are kind of sad nowadays. Have you noticed that? I've noticed that. I feel like, you know, they have been a lot. Brussels. Look at Brussels. It's in Belgium, yeah. Yeah, it's in Belgium. I always get the Netherlands and Belgium mixed up geographically. I can never remember which one's on top. I know Luxembourg is a little one, a little itty bitty one. I don't know. I say we. So there's Luxembourg, there's Belgium, and there's the Netherlands. There's Denmark. I say we just, you know. I say we just do a little bit of that. There we go. It's looking a little better. You know, do we? Oh, why are you getting so upset, Kiwi? Huh? You got a thing for Belgium and the Netherlands? Look, we can make waffles ourselves. We don't need the Belgians. Now, do we go? It's Switzerland's cool. I like Switzerland as a concept of a nation. You know, I like Switzerland. I've been to Switzerland. France. Was I right about Paris? I think Paris. Yeah, Paris is definitely probably around there. I don't know. Do we give Germany, the Czech Republic, and this is Czech Republic, right? Prague. Yeah. Do we give them Czech Republic and Austria again? Austria, rather. I don't know if they had the Czech Republic at one point. They might have. My city of romance. It would make the map a lot cleaner if we cleaned up some of the balkanization, but you know, it would just balkanize again, so there's not really much of a point. But yes, I think getting rid of I think Germany annexing these countries makes the map a little bit cleaner. Africa. Where do you even start with Africa? Madagascar's cool, I guess. Stop. No, I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. What do we do about Africa? Honestly, where are the airports in and out of Africa? I'll just assume that there's like airports in like every couple countries or something. We just close those down, I think. You know, Egypt's fine. I'm with Egypt. Okay, so can you get rid of... And Ethiopia's kind of cool. We'll leave Ethiopia. Okay, so we have removed all the airports in Africa. That should help. We don't need you know, another Ebola scare or Zika virus or whatever. Was Zika South American or African? Or both? I don't remember. Doesn't matter to me. I can't catch those diseases. I'm an alien. I'm not a human. All right. No airports in Africa. You want to go there? Take a boat. The Middle East. What is up with Peru? Or not Peru. Chile. That's Peru. This is Chile. Can we Can we just agree to fix this? What the fuck is up with Peru? Or Chile. I keep saying Peru. Why does Chile as an independent country even exist? It just makes the map look stupid. There you go. Look, that's so much nicer. Look at how much I've just all I've had to do is remove a border between Chile and the country whose name escapes me at this exact moment. Argentina. Man, Argentina's a big boy. Look at that. Chile and Argentina have merged. Now it's Super Chile. It's Argent Chile. There you go. Oh, what's up, Guri? We're closing all the airports in Africa, among other things. These islands are a mess. I think these islands are a mess. It's extra spicy chili. I think. Okay. I think what we do is we take all of these and we just kind of move it all together. Take these. We'll just we'll take this and we'll move it up here, and then it becomes more like this, and then we make it this, you know. Suddenly that's a lot nicer, you know. Suddenly this becomes more reasonable. I'm fixing your planet for you. Why is it such a mess? It's a giant mess. Look how much I've improved things. Suddenly this is less of just a disgusting vomit of miscellaneous tiny islands. And now you don't have to worry about running into islands when you travel between the big ones. I'm a genius. They should have hired me to design Earth. I would have. Hey Yang, what is up? I'm in Southeast Asia right now. You know what I want to see? I want to see this moved over to here. I feel like, and then like this. Yeah, look at this. Now that's a cool looking. You got like your big island and then a bunch of tiny little islands that are like just off the coast of it. You know, that's cool. I think that's an improvement. I think that's a real improvement. Why do these islands exist? That's this. You get like 5 people on each of those islands. This? Why? Okay. Bro, I am cleaning this Earth. These little islands. Honestly, these islands are okay. It looks kind of like a cool little path. Why are you undoing the beauty of the islands? Because think of how much fuel you have to waste getting back and forth between them. What if they're just connected? Make Hawaii bigger? I think I got rid of Hawaii. I think I just destroyed Hawaii. Oh no, it wasn't the Japanese this time, it was an alien. And Hawaii was somewhere around there. Keyword being was. Okay. Japan. Let's talk Japan. So, Japan's cool. You know what would be a lot cooler? When you really think about it, right? When you really look at it and you think about it, okay? I think if I take this, if I take my magic brush of earth fixing, right? And I draw like this line, right? And then I draw like this line, right? And then I make this white. Right? Okay. So you might think, oh, hold on a second, didn't he just grant Kim Jong-un too much power? And the reality is, no, I didn't. Now we have unified this, and then to really fix it, we're gonna just give it to Japan. And it's like, you know, this one too. There you go. And then they can own this sea. We'll call it Weeb Sea. This is the Weeb Sea. Isn't that cool? Look at that. That looks so cool. Maybe Imperial Japan was onto something. I don't know. But then, and the genius of this is now all the BTS stands are gone. And and so I don't have to look at them on Twitter anymore. So we fixed Iceland and Greenland. Gave Weeb his own ocean. Alright. China. What do we do with China? I'll tell you, nobody knows what to do with China better than me. I know exactly what to do with China. Imagine the chaos between people. They'll figure it out. Or one side will wipe out the other, and then they won't have to figure it out. I like the idea of this Weeb Sea, where it's a sea in the middle of Japanese territory. I think that's interesting. I think that's a neat thought. It'd be like the Ruby Sea in Final Fantasy XIV. You know, kind of cool. I should post this on Twitter later. No, I really shouldn't, but I probably will. Yeah, Kiwi gave me too much of the cocaina. All right. Okay. I'm not the first person to say this, but here is the deal, right? I think you take your construction equipment, right? Because keep in mind, this whole region of like Australia is like fucked. Like you basically can't live there. It is unusable land for the most part, and I think that we can do better. We can make use of it, right? So like other great men before me, I will propose or follow their proposal, the construction of a very big canal to split Australia in half. Okay, so now we have all this water here. So suddenly, instead of being uninhabitable, like fuck off desert, right? Now suddenly, it's coastline. It's genius. I'm a genius. The people who thought of this were a genius. And I'm a genius for agreeing with them. There we go. We'll call this. We'll call this Kangaroo Canal. It's the Kangaroo Canal. Okay. We have, yes, I may have wiped out several indigenous species, but I will give rise to many more. The Kangaskhan Canal. I like that, actually. Kangaskhan Canal. The Kangaskhan Canal. Looking at Australia as, so what should we call these two halves of Australia? We keep Western Australia as Western Australia and then just leave the rest of it as just regular Australia? I mean, like, what are the people, how much in common do the people in like Perth and Brisbane actually have, you know? You know, I'm not Australian, I don't know. I'm curious though. One side is Australia, there's Australia. No, I feel like people would look at that and think that I had Australia and then it gets split in half by the canal. Which it did, but not like in terms of the name. Kunstland. Hold on. All right, Psychic needed a band-aid. Okay. Where's my tracking? There we go. All right. Kunstland. It's not Kunstland, it's Kunstland. Like Kunstland. Right? You gotta pronounce it right. So there's West Australia, but there's no East Australia, and there's no Central Australia or anything. You know? The Kangaskhan, I like the Kangaskhan Canal. That's a fun one. Right, what are these islands again? Is that New Zealand? It's New Zealand, right? What do we do with New Zealand actually? You know what I think we do? I feel like New Zealanders are worse off for being closer to Australia. I'm gonna move New Zealand further away. I'm gonna move New Zealand away. Okay. Now, the change in climate may not be great for them, but it's for the best because now they're further away from Australia. Okay. Madagascar, honestly, I think you gotta leave Madagascar where it is. Let's see, I already fixed Southeast Asia. Except for the fact that I forgot to combine Cambodia and Laos. Go. Cambodia and Laos. And we'll just call it Cambodia. That doesn't fit. Whatever. It's Super Cambodia. Wait, no, I'm an idiot. That's Thailand. Well, you know, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll take that away, right? And then we'll draw the line here, okay? I'll swap this, clean this up, right? This is now Myanmar. Myanmar? More like Myanmar. Haha. Got him. Okay. Now that's Myanmar. Now we can deal with this stupid... What the hell is this? I'm not a fan of this bizarre tale that they have going on here. Ah, shit. There we go. Thailand is much bigger. Or sorry, not Myanmar, Malaysia. Myanmar now makes more sense. Thailand is bigger, and we don't have to remember that Laos exists anymore. Malaysia is now bigger. Everybody wins, right? Yeah. Because now the people in Laos don't have to remember that they're in Laos anymore. Because now they're just in Thailand. All right. Time for the big panda in the room, right? What do we do with China? China. Where is Chengdu? Yeah, it's the Sichuan, my Szechuan sauce region. Guangdong, Henan. Okay. I think I know what to do. I think I know how to fix all of our issues. So. I think we do this, and then we do right on where Baton is. I think we go ahead and draw a line there. Okay. And then, where's Hong Kong? Hong Kong is right around there, right? Oh, wow, it's a little far. Hong Kong and Taiwan. Hong Kong is like right here. I say we give Hong Kong more territory. And then we don't. Oh, hey Jerry, what's up? I'm giving Hong Kong a lot of territory here. Yeah, Thailand can stay, and not Thailand, Taiwan can stay there. Yeah, I think we divide China up like this. China's gonna fracture again for like the 10th time eventually. You know, might as well be me doing it this time, so it's them just falling apart. Yeah, so the generally existing China, when you think of China, that's gonna be here. This is China. This is don't worry, I got the perfect thing. This region will be known as Szechuan. Oh right, didn't they? Hold on, no, we gotta fix something else. Cause didn't they annex Tibet or something? I was really pissed off when I found out that like China like took over Tibet or something, or like that Tibet wasn't like its own thing. I'm gonna give Tibet back. Tibet. Here's Tibet. And then this is gonna be what does it look like here? It's mainly just like mountains and steeps and deserts, right? Hold on, right there. It's useless, we'll call it Wimland. Well, no, I'm looking around at some... I'm looking around. I'm gonna put the paint on up and below that. I'm looking around, look, this is kind of interesting. It's very dusty and dirty. But it's you know, there's stuff there. Right, look right there. Oh. That's kind of gross looking. What are those? Apartments? Who the hell wants to live out here? Why? This is like a desert, right? Can I find like... There's no views inside of there. That bothers me. Ah, here's a little mangrove area. I don't know who this guy is, but he's magically holding it. I didn't know humans could do magic. Look at this. Where's the stick? The camera is just floating. Interesting. I mean, this looks cozy, but like I guess the pictures are only at like areas where they have like water and trees. I can't. I want a view inside the desert. What the hell? I can't do, why is it not, oh, there we go, it's loading. Okay, well, if I... what is...
沙漠
Ah, perfect. That is exactly what we will call it. It's the Chinese word for desert. So it's the Shamu, it's the country of Shamu. It's a big Shamu. It's a big desert. There you go. Well, no, it's not really a desert. How do I even describe that? It's not a steppe either. There goes my country having a unity-based civil war for what, the 4th time now. Yeah, you know, I think that works. I think that works. We have fixed the issue. China, first of all, now China is no longer a threat to the world because they're just not as big. You know? Now it would have to be between China and the country of Sichuan. And they'd have to reform a mega alliance, but they won't, because every time that China has tried to form a functioning large country, it just falls apart. I don't get why people are worried about China in the long term, because they have not managed to hold themselves together for like longer than like a century, for like the past 1,000 years or something. You know, it's just constant, like, dynasties are falling apart, and then, and, you know, everything's like they redraw the lines and anyways. Yeah, China's always a threat to the world just because it can potentially get big again and cause problems before it falls apart again. So we have given Tibet back to Tibet, and we have split the rest of China into, this is HK, Hong Kong. Hong Kong. There we go. Damn, I'm kind of like a genius. America. I haven't even gotten my coolest plan yet. You want Kiwi land? What is that small island off the coast of southern Australia? Tasmania? Tasmania has like 2 major cities, like Hobart and Launceston. I guess it's got a bunch of smaller ones like St. Helens and stuff. Do we just take Tasmania and we just call this Kiwi land? There we go. Not to be confused with New Zealand, which is the land of the Kiwis. Wait, no, I got something better. Kiwis Island. Kiwis. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Okay. Kiwis land. Kiwis Island. Kiwis land. There you go. Still too big to get a smaller island. Yeah, Tasmania is probably bigger than it looks. That's Kiwis land. The Kangaskhan Canal. West Australia. Queensland. New Zealand has been moved away. What is that? Papua New Guinea? Yeah, Papua New Guinea, and then... But the west side is Indonesia. Forget this. Who even needs this? Who needs this line here? It's all Papua New Guinea now. All right. What am I doing? We'll clean this up. We'll make some big countries. I don't know why there's even a line here. There you go. A little cleaner. Honestly though, real talk, you might be thinking, oh, Wim, it's pretty obvious that you're gonna just get rid of the line between the Dominican Republic and Haiti. But, you know, I feel like it's a great example of how to do it right and how to do it wrong. So, I think we just keep that line there. Should make a black dot because it says when we can't see a land and call it Kiwis land. I could do that, but there was just an island sitting here. Nobody's using it. It's Tasmania. It's just there. Might as well just call it Kiwi land. All right. You know, do we reestablish the territories of Alexander the Great here? Like, do we just recombine all this stuff? I don't know. If we look at it, do I just combine Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan? Also, the lines between Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan, right? Like, this whole mess right here, what a disaster. What a load of nonsense. Tajikistan and what is it, Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan? Kyrgyzstan. We'll fix that. Give you a little more territory here. Okay. Russia. What do we do with Russia? Here's the deal. Here's the deal. This is Kazakhstan. I feel like most of Russia, like the populated parts of Russia, are all gonna be. They're all gonna be on the west side, anyways. Russia doesn't even need that. Like, Russia. We'll call this Arctenia. There you go. Get rid of the line, just call it Stan. I could do that. What do we do about the Middle East? I feel like it's a question a lot of people have asked. What do we do about the Middle East? While I am somewhat loath to give Saudi Arabia more territory, do I maybe just annex Yemen and Oman into Saudi Arabia? What about the UAE? Huh. Ugh. I think Yemen and Oman just become Yemen. And then United Arab Emirates, we'll absorb it as well. There you go. Look at that. I went from 3 to 1. Look at the simplification. Egypt is cool. Okay. Now hear me out. Egypt is cool. Okay. And whatever the hell this place is pretty cool. But what if we just got rid of it? What if we just did this? There we go. Take a little off the top here. Now we don't have to worry about those shipping delay disasters again, right? Now it's a clear shot. I'm a genius. I have solved world trade. Yeah, just reinstate shadow duels and use that as an excuse to get rid of this. Okay, this whole region right here, right? Lebanon, Israel, and Jordan, I think. Hold on, let me check the map. Yeah, is Israel the big one on the right is Jordan, right? Yeah. And then above is Lebanon. And you get Syria as well. This is Syria, I think. I feel like this whole area just causes a lot of problems, or has a lot of problems that exist because it exists. I don't know. I think we just get rid of it. We'll just take our, that's Jerusalem, right? Yeah, I don't want to have tax dollars for the next billion years going to maintain that nation state. There you go. Now it is all, we'll call this, all right, hear me out. You've heard of Chad. I want you to meet David. That doesn't look very good. David. Very cool. Yo, 5B, what's up? Look, we're fixing Earth. I'm fixing Earth for you guys. Yeah, humans, we're having trouble. I'm fixing things. I've officially merged Israel, Jordan, and Lebanon into the state of and Syria, I guess. Yeah, and Syria into the big state or the big nation of David. I'm making your geography class so easy now. Look, we've annexed Canada into the United States. Okay. We've annexed Canada. Now nobody can say that the U.S. is not the biggest country. We've split Russia into the more populated western area, and then this area, which probably has more in common with Mongolia and Asia than it does with Europe. So now we've fixed that. I've split China up. I've split China up. So now China is just this part here. Also, I gave part of China and all of Korea to Japan so I could form the Weeb Sea, which is pretty cool. I gave Hong Kong more land because, you know, fuck the CCP. I split China up into China, and now this is the region known as Sichuan, and this is Shamo, which is, I think, Chinese for desert, because the entire place is a desert. And I made Tibet its own thing again. I cleaned up the ocean here, so now there's not a bunch of tiny little islands junking it up, and now we don't have to spend as much on boat fuel. I've split Australia, so now that you can actually inhabit the interior. I took Tasmania and I just gave it the Kiwi. I moved New Zealand away from Australia because I think that would be better for them. I closed every airport in Africa, except Egypt. I got rid of Paris. That's a major improvement. Oh yeah, I got rid of I got rid of I got rid of them, so I've already forgotten their names. Belgium and the Netherlands and Luxembourg, they're now, and also the Czech Republic and Austria, they're all part of Germany now. We're gonna take this has always bothered me. Why? It's just Ireland. There you go. Fixed it. I mean, you say rip Paris, but have you actually been there? You would, if you had, you probably wouldn't miss it. What else can I fix? Fix some of this. I had to resize the map, so now it looks a bit messed up from all my fixes earlier. Pee, honestly, having it smell like pee would probably be an improvement. Paris is disgusting. Paris is like actually gross. It smells like sewage and cigarettes and French people, which again, I'm repeating myself because the Parisians smell like sewage and cigarettes. So fix that. This is perfect. I got rid of something here. I don't remember what it was. Probably some islands. No big deal. Okay. What do we do with oh yeah, I got rid of Chile. And I made the Central America less complicated. Also, this should be blue. There you go. There we go. Get rid of this line here. Canada belongs to America. Gotta make a fun-shaped island. I will get to that shortly. What the hell is there? Why are all these lines everywhere? There we go. I fixed it. Look at that. Look at that. You know what? Actually, you know what? Better idea. Man, I'm fixing everything out here. Yeah, it's simple. You just remove Mexico. I was really stumped. I was like, how am I gonna how do I deal with this country? But then the answer is just obvious. I just get rid of it. Just remove it. Remove Mexico. Perfect. Now you might think to yourself, oh no, what about my avocado toast? Ah, you'll live. Better idea, remove Mexico. What else do we do with... What do we do with the Mediterranean? How do we help Greece? How do we help fix Greece's problems that they themselves created? Do we... How about... Do we really want to give... What if we were to annex Albania into... No, because then they have to deal with the Albanians. I wouldn't want to have to deal with the Albanians. I don't think I want to do that to Greece. I get the Macedonia? Maybe Bulgaria. No, I don't. Maybe Macedonia. What's even in Macedonia? Isn't that where Alexander the Great's from? Something like that. We'll just call this... Yeah, I think like somebody said, we'll call it... Stanistan. Perfect. That's easy to remember. It's Stanistan. And it's right next to Uzbekistan. And Turkmenistan. And Afghanistan. And Kazakhstan. A lot of stands. I don't want to correct things necessarily. I might just go ahead and fix them. Not Georgia. What do I do? What about Ukraine? Georgia's part of Russia. This is Georgia, right? Georgia? Do we separate that from Russia? I don't know. Bum, bum, bum. What if I... What if I just like... Hopefully I'm not mixing my flags up, but I'm gonna do this. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Pretty sure it had a tongue. Alright. Pretty sure that's the flag of the Holy Roman Empire. Bringing it back, baby. Hell yeah. Okay. T. Paris. That was Paris. Stan. You know, this was Yemen and Osman, I think. I think we just call this Yi. This is the country of Yi. This is the result of Nero winning the Grail War. Oh my god. In. Thailand. Big better Thailand. What's that island again? It's not Taiwan. It's Oh, right! I remember. It was the Philippines. Is that how you spell it? Oh my god, I spelled it right. Wait, 1L? Yeah, first try. Nice. Okay. Next up, we have... This is Malaysia. This is Indonesia. What if we just called this one... Papua New Guinea is such a mouthful. We should call it Guinea. We'll call this Jakarta. Its capital is Jakarta. And we'll get rid of this. Pretty sure I know somebody who lives in Brunei, so we'll leave that one there. What are these countries right around India? Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh. Bangladesh was in a Dr. Seuss thing. I think we'll leave it. It's my rationalization. All right. Pakistan and Afghanistan. Iraq. We'll leave them there, I guess, for now. Okay, these ones. Oh, you lived to half the stream? Nice. Okay. What if I took... What if I took... Oh, well, here's a simple fix to help Greece. So this is Turkey. Okay. We're taking Constantinople back. Thank you. There will be no more Istanbul. Can't make it small enough. It should. Everybody knows where Constantinople is, or sorry, Istanbul. There you go. Greece gets a bit of territory from Bulgaria and from Turkey, and they get Constantinople back. If they can't fix their shit after that, well, then it's on them. Do I just? What is even the deal with Macedonia? I don't know anything that goes on in Macedonia. Let's go Google Earth this. Skopje. No, it's all in acrylic. I can't read that. All right, North Macedonia, but there's no South Macedonia. You know what? In my head, I was thinking that it would just be nothing but vineyards. And I didn't want to say that out loud because I felt like I'd be stupid if I was wrong, but I put it down in a random place. It was literally just vineyards. No more Istanbul song. That's fine. I mean, this doesn't like if I were to take myself out of Macedonia and go to a similar place in Bulgaria, right? Okay, this isn't exactly a similar place in Bulgaria, but we'll find one. Boop, 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 boop. I mean, this stuff looks pretty similar. You know what? I say we take Macedonia and now it is part of Bulgaria. Well, no. Well, that, and we'll make this, and then we'll redraw that line a little better so it's a little cleaner. And now, Bulgaria. Albania, we're just gonna, nobody wants to deal with Albanians. Yeah, I know a guy who was plied with meth, I think it was, no, heroin, by Albanian drug dealers, and they got him addicted to it, and he had a lot of problems. He's a very nice guy. He lived up in Sweden. So I think even if we nuke Albania, I think that there are still a lot of Albanians around, so they'll still be causing problems. Now, Romania. What do we do about the gypsies? Have any of you ever interacted with gypsies? I feel like nobody outside of like Europe thinks to hate gypsies until they go to Europe and they interact with gypsies, and then they're just like, damn. I know that there was somebody who said something about not liking gypsies once, and now I 100% agree with them. Like, damn, I can't stand gypsies. I finished my tea. Am I tracking? Hello. Yo, Sack, what's up? You finished a hell of a recording? A hell of a long recording. Very nice. I've seen that weird show where they marry at like 16 or something. No, I mean, like, Jippos will, they're literally, they will literally steal like iron and steel off of railroad tracks. And then and they basically run like a begging gang, like a begging mafia across like the length of Europe. Like they're a total disaster. They're a mess. They're a nuisance. And so we are nuking Albania. Not Albania. Romania. Well, we're nuking Albania for a different reason. That's that one's personal. Hold on. Romania. Where does Romania end? Romania ends there, right? This is Romania. Wait, what's to the north? Oh, that's Moldova's. I don't know much about Moldova other than that one story about the town rapist. Yeah, like I said, one of my best friends in Sweden got hooked on heroin because of some Albanian drug dealers. No, I'm not denying that part of that was his fault, but you know, just saying. If there were no Albanians, he'd probably still be alive. Did he die? I haven't heard from him in a very long time. He might be dead. Makes me sad. Yeah. Sad stories. He's a cool guy for a Swede. You know? Anyways. Romania. We are going to... We're gonna flood it. There we go. Okay. So this is the Black Sea. Do you know, the Black Sea is like really salty, right? The water is salt water. 90% of the sea has no oxygen. The water is salt water but less salty than the ocean. No, it's the Red Sea and the Dead Sea are really high salinity. A high concentration of hydrogen sulfide lies dormant in the deep layers of the Black Sea. Did I drink it? No, I haven't been to the Black Sea. Well, hold on. Well, no, if you make the upper layers of the Black Sea more freshwater, then wouldn't that reinforce the stratum separation between the lower levels that are really salty and have the hydrogen sulfide? Charge the deep water. Oxygen. Yeah, you know, I think that's fine. I think that we can connect these two, and if we turn Romania into a freshwater sea, then I think that if that mixes a bit with the Black Sea, it probably actually stabilizes it a bit more. could allow for some interesting migration patterns for aquatic life, back and forth. We'll call this the Sea of Romania. There's the Black Sea. Cool. We got rid of the gypsies. Look at that. I fixed it. I mean, there's still gonna be a bunch of them in like Italy and stuff. Speaking of Italy, do we do anything? I don't think we need to do anything with Italy. It would be incredibly satisfying to take Sicily and slot it into the bottom of the boot, but I think it's probably fine. Sardinia, no idea what to do with that. Probably nothing. That's the Dead Sea. Oh, that's what we were talking about. Okay, yeah. Caspian Sea. Where's the Dead Sea again? I don't remember where the Dead Sea is. No, this is definitely the Black Sea. Okay. So we fixed that. Moldova gave me a chuckle about the town rapist story, so we'll leave that one alone. I don't know what the hell goes on in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Belarus. Or wait, what is that separation? Kaliningrad? Is that its own like nation state? Huh? Dead Sea is where you want it to be. I am so confused. Dead Sea. Ah. Ah, it's right by Jerusalem. Right in the middle of our new country of David. Very cool. Okay. All right. I think we've improved Europe enough. Do we annex Denmark into the Holy Roman Empire? I mean, we would get rid of the need to consider Dutch a language. That's a plus. I'm fine with that. Wait, hold on. There we go. A little bit of that. And a little bit of... No, those can be disputed, I guess, between Sweden, yeah, and then Germany. Okay. Ireland, UK. What is the point of Wales again as a separate thing from England? I knew a guy from Wales. He was kind of an ass. I think we just don't even keep it separate. It's part of Britain. The country of Ye. What is this little country? Kuwait. What's the point of Kuwait again? I feel like I asked it a lot. Like, what's the point of this country? What does this country exist? You know what? If funnily enough, the sea between Japan and Korea is technically already called the Sea of Japan, but I think that calling it the Weeb Sea is a lot cooler, or not cooler, but just funnier. Yeah, I like that. Blank map of world. Bum bum bum. I'm gonna do something. I feel like the airport thing is really hard to explain. So I'll undo that. Honestly, I say we just leave Africa alone. We just don't go there. Don't have them come here. There we go. Okay. Now we have Argent Chile. Argentile. Now, here's some really cool stuff. So, what I want to do is, I like the idea of island nation states. Like artificial islands, right? Bum, bum, bum. Give Africa to Guri, I want to be rich. Understandable. I'll see what I can do. Okay. This artificial island nations. Artificial island nations. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Of course. They can have that, and there'll be more of them all over the place. Yeah, just build big artificial, islands. They're just big ships, when you really think about it. Yeah, the AIN. What do I call this place? There's that. What was that a combination of? Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador? Yeah, and then Nicaragua. Nicaragua can stay. I feel like I need to do something about this. I think I did something about Africa, but I don't know what. I do like how this region is just Szechuan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think honestly, I think we've made fantastic progress. I still don't know what to do about Finland. I still don't know what to do about Finland. What do I do about Finland? Probably nothing. Chorizo la. Chorizo la. All right, I think that's it. I think I've completed an improvement in the world. Ugh. You humans can thank me later. Man, we talked about anime. We talked about anime. We talked about Korea booze, and we talked about national borders. And then that turned into the world. This is amazing. What are you talking about? I'm gonna post this on Twitter. I'm gonna post this on Twitter. What are they gonna ban me for? Getting rid of Paris? Recreating the Holy Roman Empire? That's not even a big deal. You know? Yeah, sure. I feel like the most objectionable thing on here might be Japan owning Korea. And oh, but you know, the Chinese might get mad about me destroying their country. But to be fair, I didn't destroy it, I fixed it. It was gonna fall apart anyways. Now we don't have to worry about Canadians anymore. That's pretty cool. I had removed Mexico. You think somebody might get mad about me removing Mexico? But think of all the extra cool coastline that we have now. Yeah, maybe I... Hold on, I have received an urgent message. All right, I'm back. Okay. Maybe I do go ahead with... What if I... I have an idea. I'm gonna take this. Copy. Eraser. Because I feel like anybody who disagrees, and I feel like, okay, no, I feel like the majority of people who disagree with me on Twitter for anything that I've done here probably are very anti-American. No particular reason, I just kind of get that opinion. And so maybe if I do go ahead with my balkanization of America, they'll be a little more willing to see reason. What if I... Okay, get rid of Mexico. Okay. So. What if I go to... Yeah, you know, I could do that. Or I could have a little bit more fun, you know? I like the concept of Cascadia. I think Alaska can end there. Okay. We'll then go like this. Fix that there. Okay. I want this. Okay. I'm hurrying it up. I got my plans here. Okay, we'll call this. How far down does California go again? California goes all the way down, actually. We include that as well, I guess. What if we... this whole region. There we go. Now you can't sleep. Yeah, Monaghan, see? That's why you don't take naps in the middle of the day. What do I always say to you people? You never listen. Okay, so this is Cascadia. Oh, what do we call this? Call this New Vegas. Sutherland. We'll call this the American Union. And this is Bisonville. Fucking nothing there. What do you even call it? I'm imparting my alien wisdom to fix your planet. Okay, you know, this can be I don't want Canada to exist anymore. I want to call it Canadia. Australasia. There we go. Oh, Alaska. The Vulpes wants to know your just don't tell them. What do we call this? What do we how we got what we got the Dakotas, we got like Montana, you know, we got I'm trying to think of some kind of name that would fit, you know, you got like Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska. Illinois is probably mostly part of Illinois, I guess. Part of Missouri, maybe. It doesn't have Canada in its name. I interrupted it and I divided it with that I. Midlandia works, I think. We'll call it Midlandia. That's a good one. There's too many Ias. No, I want to do that. Okay. Oh, your luck is at 10. Ooh. Okay. Once I finish this part, then we'll be done. Actually, hold on. No, Ooh. All right, better idea. Real quick, because I gotta fix this. Brush. You guys are gonna like this one. Maybe even as much as me. It's right around here is like Virginia, right? Virginia. And this can be the new. No. North Unitas. North Unitas. Wait. Why would you drink expired milk? American Union. America became Chungus? Oh, goodness. Okay. Alright, also, we're gonna take... Even though it's no longer Canada, I still harbor an irrational dislike of it. So, they don't need all that land up there. We're giving it to the new American Union. That's right, boys. We're giving it to the new American Union. Hell yeah. It's Cascadia, Sutherland. Virginia. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. Hell yeah. Alright, what do we call this? Want something. That sounds like Russian. Frost, snow. It's not Kiwi land. We're not calling it Kiwi land. Iroquois? Give me your reasoning, Monacan. That sounds interesting. Frostville actually sounds pretty good. Frostville, the Frostville Empire. Swamp names. Oh, the Iroquois tribe? I don't know. Was it that tribe? Oh. Sneeze. Okay. I feel like the Frostville Empire sounds cool. Call this NHRE. The new Holy Roman Empire. Pretty based, not gonna lie. No, this is just my improvements. I gotta get rid of. I almost lost my islands. Yes, this is wonderful. I want a world dominated by ants. Do you think people are gonna get triggered that I basically just call this a chorizo and then just added la on the end? I did name my Stellaris faction as the new Holy Roman Empire and I used the Knightly Order name. Yeah. That's a comment. A lot of people do that because, you know, those concepts are like pretty cool, like the Empire concepts. All right, I think we're good. Do we rename Madagascar to Lemurland? Nah, I think it's probably fine as is. I don't even know what to do with Africa. Oh, you just ate a tree, so nice. All right, this is it. When did I delete Antarctica? I never did. It wasn't on the map. Okay, there we go. And I tweet it. I don't even need to, honestly. weebsy. We take a light blue. We fill that and this and that, this and this and that. That is. It's consider this still loosely affiliated. And then we'll just do like. These are loosely affiliated, I guess. Okay, yeah, that's good. You know what? I'm satisfied. I'm very satisfied with what we've accomplished here today. Okay. And chat asked me to reshape the plan for you. Yeah, that's a good thing. Later. Wow, are you yo? Hold on. Wait. Junior Lick just posted a map like a minute ago. That is a hilarious coincidence. I have to tweet the bookmarks. Oh, that's a cool ass map. Hold on. Look at that. That's so cool. Motivation begin. I'll show you here. Hold on. I'm gonna activate my cloaking. All right, you may not be able to see me, but I'm still there. It says desert in the middle of the equator. Let's see. Now, motivation begins the moment you do. The idea behind that is that if you shouldn't just sit around waiting for the time that you finally feel motivated. You'll find that the way to reliably be motivated is to take that first step, get the momentum going. Because once you're in the gym and you start lifting, you do your first set, then now you're into it. Now you're gonna keep doing more sets. Now you're motivated, right? So in other words, don't wait for motivation. Make yourself motivated by doing it, by getting started. I think that the mindset of waiting to begin until you're motivated is not great. You're holding yourself back. Yeah, Courageous. I remade the world in my image. I have decided what the human world on Earth should look like. You know. So I got rid of Chile, for example, because like why would it even exist, right? Just merge it with Argentina. I broke up sort of the U.S. into super regions, and I broke up Canada just because I wanted to, and I recreated the Holy Roman Empire. It's the new Holy Roman Empire. I got rid of Albania because fuck Albania, and Paris, same deal. I got rid of Romania because ew, and now I made it a C, so that's pretty cool. I broke Russia in half. I combined Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, I don't know, something like that, into Stanistan. I broke up China into more land for Hong Kong, give Tibet back, and then China, Sichuan, and Shamu are now the three regions of former China. I gave Korea and part of China to Japan to form this cool Weebsea. I cleaned up Southeast Asia, so it's not as much of a mess. So that's cool. You know, I I split Australia in half, so now, you know, the inner 2/3 of the country is actually habitable. I gave Tasmania to Kiwi. And I moved New Zealand away from Australia. Philippines are still there. Yeah, it's Kunstland. Lund. It's pronounced like a U. Let's see what people have. Oh, look. More of this. Upcoming EN VTuber. Hey guys, what do you think of my fits? Am I cute? Tell me I'm cute. Bruh. You better stay upcoming. Good lord. Oh my goodness. People in the Philippines are crying because I didn't get rid of them. Oh yeah. It's Argent Chili. It's a major improvement. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Oh yeah, this is the one I was talking about with Junior's thing. Damn, is that not cool or what? That's so cool. Yeah. Look at all this good stuff. 30 minutes. Ooh, wait a minute. Is Tea Leaf streaming? Oh no. That's unfortunate. Damn it. I was gonna raid Tea Leaf. The top left continent looks like a teddy bear. Really? Maybe a little bit. Alright, we're gonna find somebody to raid. No, they didn't get demonetized. They're just having an internet outage. Okay, we're gonna find somebody to raid. YouTube. Who's streaming on YouTube right now? Besides moi? Nobody. Okay, let's go to Twitch. Twitchy, twitchy, twitch. Twitchy, twitch, twitch, twitch. Boo, boo. Jupiter streaming. With the other one? Huh? What are you talking about? Demonetized. You talking about me? I can't get demonetized. I'm not even monetized to begin with. Okay, we have a couple options. We can go to Jupiter's stream. Or we can go to Pumpy's stream. Or we can go to Pappy's stream. What do you guys think? Oh, the other map. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Which of those three? It's either Jupiter, Pumpy, or Pappy. Yeah, I figured Kiwi would go for Pumpy. Let's see. Artemis? I don't see anything called Artemis on... Oh, you know what I do notice, though? The mountains here are called the Spine. And it's all the way on the left. Which, I wonder if that was inspired by Allegasia from the Aragon series. Best pumpkin in the world? Alright, we'll go to Pumpy. Pumpy's right there. stupid as playing Monster Hunter. Alright, we are gonna go to Pumpino's channel. So, everybody, we're gonna go to Pumpino and just say alien invasion. And then just, hold on. There you go. That's our raid message. I want to see you guys there. Before you go, will you play Chivalry 2? I will look into it. Oh, there we go. Alright, I'm going to end the stream. Have a great day. I'll probably see you guys for maybe night in the Discord.